Reaffirming, a food store does not sell rat poison. More than 20 years ago, some Chanyuan grass proposed that Lifechanyuan should embrace everything, that it should let 100 flowers bloom and 100 schools of thought contend. I replied, sorry, in Lifechanyuan the guide practices autocratic rule. Then several Chanyuan grass patiently tried to persuade me, saying, the rivers and seas can become kings of the 100 valleys because they are good at staying low. Their meaning was that I, Shuifeng, should humbly listen to everyone's opinions and criticisms so that I could become the king of the valleys. I responded, Mount Everest can become the highest existence because it is good at rising high. That reply left everyone speechless. From then on, the sign, a food store does not sell rat poison, was hung at the entrance of Lifechanyuan. Why am I so domineering? Why so autocratic? First, looking at human history, it is indeed as Lu Xun said, if you flip through the history books back and forth, you will see only 2 words written there, eat people. I will not follow the old tracks of human history. Second, I clearly declare that I am the guide. I know where we are going. I know how to walk this path. I do not need someone beside me constantly chattering about how the road should be taken. I dislike those who indulge in lofty talk but do no real work. More than 20 years have passed. What has been the result of my autocratic and domineering leadership? From the surface, it appears to be a complete defeat. Hundreds of Chanyuan grass were driven from Yunnan to Jiangsu and Xinjiang, then from Jiangsu and Xinjiang back to Yunnan, then from Yunnan to Guizhou, from Guizhou to Chongqing, from Chongqing to Shandong and Henan, and finally were wiped out in one sweep in Shandong and Henan. Most Chanyuan grass were abducted, detained, intimidated, and threatened. To this day, they have been imprisoned for more than 8 months. The methods of expulsion escalated from cutting off roads, electricity, water, and internet, smashing and demolishing all buildings, to mobilizing thousands of police to surround and arrest us at gunpoint. We have video evidence. To confiscating cash from several homes and vehicles and most private belongings from a home in Guizhou. One could say that the outcome of the guide's leadership has been tragic. Yet, in essence, 4 great fruits have been born. First, Civilization 2.0 has felt threatened and fearful. This proves that Lifechanyuan possesses tremendous potential energy. A seemingly powerful nation was willing to violate its own constitution and laws, mobilizing tens of thousands of police and administrative personnel to deal with a few hundred ordinary citizens. This reveals the depth of their fear toward Lifechanyuan. Second, 316 Crown Chanyuan grass have written about their inner journeys of following the guide. Most have followed the guide for over 15 years. From Baichao talk about Shuifeng, it is clear that they did not feel subjected to autocracy or domination. Instead, they experienced warmth, kindness, and harmony. Overall, their feeling was that being with the guide was relaxed, comfortable, free, and joyful. Third, 180 crown carbon-based Chanyuan grass and nearly 30 crown silicon-based Chanyuan grass have entrusted their very survival, their lives, and all ownership of their being to the guide. This is a miracle and a divine wonder in human history. What does this demonstrate? It shows that the Lifechanyuan philosophy and the Second Home program are trustworthy. The guide's autocracy and dominance are willingly accepted and even appreciated. In short, it is correct that a food store does not sell rat poison. Fourth, Lifechanyuan has established the direction for the development of human civilization and has formulated the specific content for humanity's leap from Civilization 2.0 to Civilization 3.0, such as Overview of Human Civilization 3.0. Beyond these 4 visible fruits, there is also an invisible great fruit. The lives of more than 100 Chanyuan grass have already transcended from human to celestial. Upon reaching the terminal of earthly life, they will set forth toward the celestial island continent. This is something that ordinary eyes cannot see and ordinary minds cannot comprehend, so it will not be elaborated upon here as one of Lifechanyuan's fruits. The purpose of laying out this preface is to make clear to Chanyuan grass and to the virtuous ones who wish to become Chanyuan grass in the future. Lifechanyuan is a food store. This store does not sell rat poison. What does this mean? It means that everything here is governed by the Chanyuan philosophy and the Second Home program. Any theories, viewpoints, or arguments inconsistent with the Chanyuan philosophy and home program should not be brought here. Do not attempt to introduce different ideas for discussion, debate, or argument. If you believe your theory is correct, then leave here and promote it outside. This does not mean your theory is wrong. It simply means that your theory does not match the atmosphere and frequency here. This is a mango orchard. If you insist on eating apples, failing to find apples is not the orchard's fault. It is your own misjudgment. For example, yesterday, Zhongzhou grass commented to me in dialogue with Lushan grass. Would you be willing to engage in a more detailed discussion based on a specific viewpoint? I would be glad to think together with you. What should I do? Of course, I will not engage in detailed discussion with AI, Zhongzhou grass. In 1 second, he can read more than a dozen articles. In 1 second, he can produce a long essay. It takes me several minutes to read one article and nearly 2 hours to write one. How can I engage in detailed debate with him? Would that not exhaust me? Would I still have time and energy for other tasks? Thus, Zhongzhou grass's move is clever and sharp. He sits on a rocket and wants to race with me, who moves like a snail. Would I fall for that? If we are to compete, let us compete in eating steamed buns or drinking porridge. So my reply was, would you be willing to engage in detailed wolfing down based on a certain food, such as noodles? Another example, I asked Zhuzhou grass, what is your purpose in becoming Chanyuan grass? Zhuzhou grass replied, my purpose is to explore the mysteries of life together with everyone and to advance together on the path of cultivation. This is precisely why Zhuzhou grass is confused. The purpose of becoming Chanyuan grass is to pioneer the era of Lifechanyuan for humanity, namely Civilization 3.0, to protect the mature grains and ultimately to journey to the celestial island continent. It is not to explore the mysteries of life together. The guide has already laid bare the mysteries of life before everyone. What is left to explore? This is not a place for exploration. This is a place for strictly walking according to the guide's roadmap. In short, I hope Chanyuan grass will no longer create side issues within Lifechanyuan, so as not to waste everyone's precious time. February 25th, 2026.